Good afternoon, everyone. How you guys all doing on this glorious Saturday day? Saturday day. I can never speak English. As you can see, I have an eyeshadow look going on, and I am using some of the items that I received in my Boxy Charm yesterday. Woohoo! Super excited about that. And I am first using the Ace Beauty Grandioso palette. That's what I'm using, and I'm using the shades that are in this palette. So if you are a Boxy Charm charmer and you are wondering how do I create a look with this, it's kind of easy. But I did add one extra shade because I just needed, I don't know, you know me, y'all, a little extra, always extra. But anyhow, I used the shades that are in this palette, and I'm actually going with a friend today. She is having a wedding. She's a photographer, so she's doing a wedding of the photos for the wedding, and she asked me to go with her. So kind of getting ready at the last minute, but I thought, why not throw a look together for you guys, and you guys could see how I created this look and the rest of the face that I'm going to be doing, because I'm always getting requests from a lot of you guys to do video tutorials. I can never speak English, I swear. So anyhow, that being said, I thought it would be constructive day, and it will be how it goes and see how the look comes out. So I did use, again, the Ace Beauty palette. I really loved it. I used, you'll see, because I'm going to show you on this eye. I wish I could like zoom in on you guys, but my setup is by my phone, and you know a girl poor. So just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Let's put it like that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I created this look, and then I will do the rest of my makeup. And while I'm doing all of that, I will chit chat with y'all. Okay, let's just do that, because it's been a minute since I chit chatted with you guys. Okay, so I'm going to start with the crease color, which is, I used this cinnamon. Okay, I'm using basically a very simple fluffy brush. These I got from eBay, and they're like $1, under $1 actually. And these are really great cheap brushes, and I really do enjoy them. And for the price, I think they're really a great bargain. So go on eBay if you're looking for some like cheap brushes that you're not. I love, believe it or not, cheap brushes work really great, and they're actually sometimes even better quality than the ones that you spend high. I have brushes that are high end, and they don't even work as great as I would like. But the fact that these are cheap, they come in handy, and they're easy to use. So again, these are from eBay, and they were like $1, less than $2, like literally less than $2, or from Wish, or from Wish app, or from, what is the other one? The cute one. I think this is where I got this one from. But either which way, they're cheap brushes. They're, like I said, under $2, and they work great. And there are like a set of 4 or 5 eyeshadow detail brushes. Okay, again, we're going to go in with this shade Cinnamon and put that in our crease. So you guys can see, I already did my brows. Those are already done. Only because that takes me forever, and I'm in the process, tap off some excess, because this does, it doesn't like give out like extreme fallout, as you can see, but I'm just tapping into color like that. So it does have a little bit of fallout, but nothing that's major. So just make sure you tap out any of the excess from the brush, so that way if you have foundation on, you don't drop it all on down here. But I don't have foundation on yet, as you guys can see. All my flaws are still flawed. Okay, so what we're going to do is put that color into my crease. And I'm just going to use small circular motions. I always start from the corner, and then I work up a little over my crease. Because my eyes are so small, I need that to be more this way, and a little bit more blown out, so that way I can look like I have somewhat of eyes, you know. And especially spending all this time and money on my makeup, I want my eyeshadow to pop, you know. And if I just did it only where I have my eyes at, forget it, you guys will never see anything I ever do. So I'm just going to use small circular motions, keep going, and again, I'm going to build this color up, so don't think that, I guess I'm just going to dip back into that brush, and I'm just going to apply that color, patting and circular motions. And the color will start to diffuse itself as soon as you start blending it in circular little motions, but I always still have an extra blending brush to blow that color out even more than how I have it now. So first I start going in little circles, and then when I get into this corner, I move them back out this way to get the color saturation that I want. And again, I'm going to gradually move that up to the almost my brow, part of my brow. But as I do that, that part will start to fade. As you can see, this side is starting to fade. Again, the look is not completely finished, so I thought I would just come in and show you what I do, because like I said, I always get a lot of requests for eyeshadow looks and stuff and how I created the looks, and I really never really posted any of this on my channel. But since I discovered how to do live, honey, it's changed my game for me for about a minute. I'm really enjoying live. I actually enjoy doing live videos. On Facebook, I was doing them there on my page. But again, it's only family and friends who actually see that because I have a private Facebook account. But being here on YouTube, I think I like to do a live video. Why not? I love being live. It's not always easy because things can happen. People can walk in and stuff, but usually they pretty much leave me alone, and I'm pretty good about it. So you might every once in a while see a little old lady or a little old man yelling at me, which, if you're wondering, those will be my parents. And then I have 2 boys in the house. Those are the kids, and they will be screaming and yelling, "We're living!" And then I have my aunt, and she's very quiet. She'll be the blonde lady that looks like she's a white girl, but she really isn't. She's Chicana. So anyway, so again, like I said, I'm just doing small circular motions, building that color to my desired look that I'm trying to create. So to get that saturation on which and how I want that color to look. Now, as you can see, that color just builds super easy. Like, the colors on this palette are super pigmented. Like, this is no joke. If you guys have gotten your Boxy Charm box and you have not tried this palette, tread lightly, because these are saturated colors, and I love that. I love a eyeshadow palette that gives me pigmentation. I hate having to sit here and just keep building and building and building and building and still nothing. That will drive me mad. Okay, so that being done, now I am also going to go, I am liking that, but it's still, we're not done yet. We're not done. I'm going to go in with Poppy, which is this berry color. Absolutely gorgeous. Same brush, not switching out, same brush. I'm going to dip my brush into that same color. Tap off a little bit of the excess, and then I'm going to place that in the corner where I started with the first transition color. And I'm just going to work that color into that, I'm going to work that color into that corner and just saturate that corner really well and buff it into that corner. And then gradually work it into the crease. Now again, it's going to go slightly above the crease, just slightly, not extremely, because I want it to stay blended. And then just kind of move it into the center again. Not too much. I don't want too much of that berry color into the that center area of my eye. And then I'm just going to gradually do some windshield wipers to get it going a little bit, because I want it to bring me a little bit of depth, and just work it gradually out. Just work it slowly but gradually, because I don't want to hide that transition color. I really want that transition color to pop out. I want it to look like it's almost like a sunset effect. This makeup look is way too dramatic for a daytime look, but I still wear it anyway. But it wouldn't matter to me because I'm just that type of person. But because I'm using this basically for an evening look, I'm like, okay, I just want to do it now because I'm not probably have time later to do it. Okay, so that being done, that is just right how I want it to be. And again, I'm just going to go in there, and you cannot tell where the transition color and the berry color start, so they're really blended really nicely. Okay, now I'm going to get a clean fluffy brush. This is a brush from, where's this brush from? This is from Sedona Lace, and let me see if I can get you a number off of it. I did get this off of an eyeshadow set, I'm pretty sure, and this is from the what looks like an EB13. That's what that says. Okay. These are my cheetah eaters. I need to get new glasses. I actually have an appointment. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of hold my eye a little taut, and I am going to buff that outer corner gradually, just in small circular motions, the same way that we put the eyeshadow on. It's the same way we're going to buff that edge. And remember, we're just going to slightly buff it, because I just want to make sure that there's no harsh lines. And as you can see, those lines are just slowly but gradually just disappearing, and it's going to be a smooth, flawless transition into into our third shade, which is going to be the Wet n Wild Creme Brulee. I always use this as like to highlight my brow bone, or to highlight the whole entire top area of my eyebrow. And just do some little windshield wiper motions and just buff that edge. And again, that's just going to just diffuse those edges slightly, and then it's going to look super, super nice. And again, I'm going to go on this side, make sure those edges are nicely diffused. I don't want any harsh lines. I just want it to look flawless. And I also do the sides right here. I also like to diffuse those lines. I am very much into like very grungy type eyeshadow looks. I don't really do precise stuff. I really like a grungy look. And again, I'm just going to do these edges, diffuse the edges. I like it to look very smooth, like there's a cloud of color on my eyeballs. There we go. Then I'm doing a little bit of the inner because I want that inner to be, again, seamless. I don't want a sharp line in there because that's where I'm going to put my highlight in there. And I want that highlight to just pop and be extreme because you know your girl like to be popping. I be popping. Okay, I'm losing my mind. It's too early in the morning. I've only had 1 cup of coffee, so. And I've already heard some bullshit this morning, so it's like, whatever. At some point in your life, you know what's really funny to me? Okay, just extra drama. When people who overreact over some silly petty shit, and I'm like, it wasn't even that serious, but if you want it to be that serious, I guess that's on you, you know? And I'm like, it's just like, whatever. I don't take it like everybody else tends to take it. Ooh, let me be all dramatizing about it. Oh my God, you disrespected me, da 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 da. I'm more like, okay. You want to blow it up? Go ahead, blow it up. I can't stop you from doing all of that, you know. That's funny to me personally. I mean, if I were to if I were to be like all upset, I'd be stressing. And you know what? I have become very zen these days. I've been trying to just like meditate, become one with the universe. I am putting myself in different states of faith and religion and whatever and spirituality that I don't have time to be dealing with somebody's pettiness. If you want to be petty over some idle bullshit, then go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Go ahead. Be petty. Go for it. Make yourself happy. If that's what makes you happy, go for it. If you're going to get mad at me because you don't like my opinions or my thoughts, then that's your problem, not mine, you know? I can't sit there and babysit you and say, ooh, I shouldn't have said that. You know what? I say what I say, and if people don't like it, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to sit here and coddle you just because you don't like my opinion or you don't like how I said something. You know, I'm not very good at sugarcoating things so well. So the fact that some people in my life want me to sugarcoat shit for them, or they don't like how I say things, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. What do you want me to, you know, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to like just be like, oh, pobrecito, I'm so sorry. Did I hurt your feelings? Oh, okay. That's pretty much how I take it. Okay, so again, I put that creme brulee on the top part, and I'm hoping that this will translates into a beautiful look in the camera. I'm looking in through the camera. It doesn't look great. It looks kind of scary looking personally. But I promise you, once I take my photos and everything, it's going to look beautiful. It looks flawless on here, but in camera, again, I don't have any HD camera. I don't have anything fancy, so therefore, I'm just working with what I have, and it might look a little bright, a little not blended, but I promise you, it really is blended. Anyway, okay, so I blend all this out again. I'm smoothing out these edges, buffing them, making sure that they are blended because we don't want any harsh lines. We don't, unless you want those harsh lines, that's up to you. I like to have all this diffused. Okay, so that being done there, that look there, we have that. I had to go into another eyeshadow palette because I apparently don't have, believe it or not, I did not have a black eyeshadow brush. I mean, a black eyeshadow. And I had to go searching in my palettes for a black eyeshadow. I was like, what? I mean, I have black, but it's all shimmery, and I didn't want it shimmery because the eyeshadows that I have on my eyes right now are basically matte. And where I'm going to put the shimmer is going to be where I have the bear color, you know, this little area here. That's where I want to put the shimmer, which I haven't quite decided what it is going to be. It might be one of these colors in here. I'm probably pretty sure I'm going to use one of these colors, this one, or maybe this. Look what looks like a little bit of a rose gold color. It might be that. I don't know. That's a little on the coppery side for me. But I really like this gold one over here, which is a little bit more on the brassy tone. I haven't quite decided. Or maybe I might be bold and do the champagne color. Who knows? Does that be popping? That be popping? Okay, let's get this started with the dark that you're seeing, which is basically, it's a black eyeshadow. And I have a small little pencil brush, and this is from BH Cosmetics. I think it's from one of their pink marble sets or peachy marble sets. I love the brushes from BH Cosmetics. If you're looking for affordable brushes that are really good quality, BH Cosmetics is the place to go. Like, you can get a set for under 20 bucks. That's really great and wonderful. Just make sure you know what you're getting there. You want to be able to get a set that has a little bit of everything that you need. Or if you're just looking for some eyeshadow brushes, their eyeshadow brushes are excellent. Okay, so again, I'm going to just blend a little bit of that black in here. Kind of diffuse this just a tad bit more because I feel like it's just a little too strong. And there we go. Yeah, we're just going to soften that up a little bit. Okay, now again, we are going to, this is from my Too Faced semi-sweetened chocolate bar, which FY still smells like chocolate. And we are going to use the black color in here, which is called, I cannot even tell. Let's put the cheater readers on. Oh, which is called Licorice. And that's basically, I'm sorry, this color right here. Sorry for blinding you, which is this color right here, Licorice. So that's what I'm going to use on the outer corner, outer V part of my eyes to create some depth. And I'm just going to dip my brush into it slightly, tap off a little bit of the excess. And then I'm just going to stick that in the corner and then just gradually just build it up. And again, using small circular motions just to build that color up. And again, I'm only about going halfway, like about a quarter way of my eye, but more like halfway to my eye. And that's it. I'm not going to add it any further in than that, because I don't want that color to be mustered up with the other ones. I don't want it to be like the black to take over. And again, we're just going to build that outer corner up a little bit, just small circular motions, and then just a little bit. And I'm keeping it concentrated in the corner. I don't want it up and above the crease. So we're just going to, because my eyes are small, and both my eyes are different shapes. I think this eye is bigger than this eye, and I'm not blessed with precision, which is really annoying because I know a lot of girls who have like beautiful eyes and shit like that, and I'm stuck with itty bitty bitty. But it's okay. I've learned to work with them, and I've learned to appreciate them for how they are. Learn to love yourself for how you look. Stop trying to morph yourself into something that you're not. You know, that's what I've come to the conclusion of how my life should be. I remember when I was a young girl, and I was like about, I don't know, like 16, 17 years old, and all my friends were like these skinny girls. Like, everybody was skinny. I was the only fat chick in there. So as I got older, it was hard to be a plus size girl. It just wasn't, you know. And then you have relatives, or I was not allowed to like associate with certain people in my life. I was only allowed to associate with like my family. Like, when I was a teenager, all I could be with was my family. My mom and my dad were very strict. I was raised by my grandparents, so they were very strict about that. I could only hang out with my cousins. I wasn't allowed to like hang out with my own friends that I wanted, not until like I got like 15 or 16 years old. And it was hard because they didn't understand what it felt like to be me. You know what I mean? They only identified with being skinny, and I didn't have any girl cousins that were my age, and the ones that I did, they were not even in the same town with me. You know, they lived in other cities, so I rarely ever saw them. So it was just like one of those things that I dealt with as a teenager. So it's like, whatever, I guess. And then, like I said, until I got like 15 or 16, and then I started hanging out with my peoples, which was my friends. And then that's when I realized, okay, well, my friends were all big girls. We were all big girls. My entire crew was big girls. So I felt comfortable within myself, to be me and to dress how I wanted to dress, look how I wanted to look. I felt comfortable. All the guys I hung around with, they didn't trip off me not looking like Barbie. It wasn't just like that. So it made my life so much more pleasurable. It made my life so much easier. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that, what is it called again? I think it's called Poppy. And I didn't touch in with it. I just got what's left on the brush. And I'm just going to diffuse some of that black, outside that line, just so I can soften that color a little bit, that black that's just popping through there, because I don't want it to be, the black to be the main focus. I want the poppy and the cinnamon to be the main focus of the colors. I just want to add a little bit of that black to add a little bit of depth. And I'm just going to just slowly but surely just buff in that a little bit more, just to blend that a little bit. And so I was fortunate. By the time I was like a certain age or whatever, I had boyfriends. I had a great social life. I was always at parties. I was never felt. I'm using some spray brush cleaner. This stuff is really great. A friend gave me this and I really love it. I need to buy one of those, what do they call, switch palettes for the eyeshadows. Just haven't gotten one. And all you do is basically you just rub it. And I'm using my pants, not very sanitary, but you know what? My eyeballs. So I'm just going to brush out some of that color. And believe it or not, the minute it's dry. So, and I'm just going to come in and I'm going to get a little bit of that cinnamon, just like 1 or 2 little dashes of it, tap off the excess. And I'm just going to buff a little bit more over, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit more depth and richness. Again, but I am going to go over it to diffuse some of those edges if I created any more edges. But basically that's it right there. Okay, so then we're done with this eyeshadow palette. I don't see any purpose or need to want to go back into it. But I am going to, yes, let me move these out of the way. And again, I just used the Ace Beauty. And then I used my Too Faced for the darker color. So let me just move these eyeshadow palettes out of the way because I have a small working spot here, y'all. So it's hard to move around. And these are dirty brushes, which they go in my dirty brush spot. And I'm going to get the brush that had nothing on it. Make sure I have nothing on it. I'm going to wipe it off real quick. And just diffuse those edges again, because I don't want any harsh lines. Alright. Oh, let's see here. So yeah, I just never really thought about things like that as I got older. You get comfortable within yourself. And after that part of your life, pretty much, by the time I was 18, 19, I was so confident in myself that I just didn't trip off anybody's foul comments about me if they didn't like me or I was fat. I'm like, bitch, please, look at you. I ain't even trying to trip like that. Because honestly, it was just not even worth it in my mind, because I was like, I just never thought of it like some people would have thought things to be. Oh, you're not pretty. Bitch, I'm prettier than you. I'm not worried about anything. Okay, so now we're going to try to figure out what color we want to put on that lid. And then, I think I will do that bronzy color. Maybe I'll go back with the BH. And I'm just hoping that that's going to give me, I think that's going to be pretty. I think we're going to go with that. Let's just try that one, okay? So I'm going to get a little flat brush. And we're going to dip into that, what's it called? Primrose. Okay, that's an unusual name for it, but okay. And we're going to use that shade. And I'm just going to pat that color in because I don't want it to be, tap up a little of the excess. And then we're just going to, oh yes, I'm really feeling that color. And diffuse a little bit on that edge, just a tad bit. Oh yes. Oh yes. Ooh. I think that's it. That's the color. I really wanted to have like a little bit of a sunset color look on my eyes today. It's a little chilly out, and I'm just going to diffuse that black edge with a little bit of this color to just give it a little bit more softness and stuff. I kind of really wanted an Arabian Nights type of look. And there you go. That looks pretty. And we're still not even done. We ain't even put on the makeup yet, the foundation and stuff, and all the rest that's going to be going on. And I'm just going to pat that color on. And I'm just going to cover that lid. And I'll probably use the other. And again, I'm just going to go over slightly that black with this color. And just pat that in to diffuse that black so it looks blended nicely. And those edges don't look harsh. Because I don't want the harsh line, you know. I just don't want it. I mean, again, if you're going for that look, then go for it. You know, that's what makeup's all about. It's the choices that you make about how you want to make a color combination. You know, be you when it comes to makeup. I mean, my look might not be your look. You know, everybody has a different look. I mean, there's some girls that I see in their makeup, I'm like, damn, who hit you with the fucking makeup box? You know, and then there's other times I'm like, oh my god. And then there's times where I do looks where everybody loves, and then some people are like, oh no, I didn't like that look on you. And I'm like, oh well, I really didn't ask your opinion, but okay. Alright, that there is done. I will put the rest of my makeup on, so which you guys are going to watch. So I have this a little crystal, whatever the hell it is, ashtray. Was gifted to me years ago. I make a combination slurry here of foundations right now. I'm in the process of trying to find a new foundation, which is very hard for me. And this one wants to be stupid. Why you want to be stupid? Don't tell me I don't have nothing in here. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me. Looks like there's foundation in there. Just might be settling. When life happens. I tell you. I tell you. I know I'm out here by myself. I don't see nobody watching me, but that's okay. I'm not tripping off of it. Really, I'm not. I kind of like leave my videos here, and as you guys can see, I don't even know, I think I have a couple hundred, maybe 100 or 200 videos on here, and I find it quite interesting sometimes when I go through my stats later on through the years from how long I've been on YouTube, and I have seen like what's popular on my channel and what's not. I have some videos that I'm like, wow, I have hundreds and thousands of views on, or thousands of views on it. I'm like, when did I, oh my gosh. But you know, I've been on YouTube for a long time, so my videos have been, you know, here and there and everywhere, you know. I don't even know how long I've been on YouTube. I think I've been on YouTube for like 5-6 years, and I'm still not popular. Oh my goodness, oh my gosh. I know it's because I go through my stages where I'm not on for long periods of time. I'm not devoted, really. I am, really honestly, I really am devoted to my channel. It's just that life happens, and especially at my age, it really happens. And sometimes it gets the best of you, unfortunately. Life sometimes gets really crazy, and you're not sure where to go with it sometimes. And that's what happens with me sometimes. And then and for a while I was dealing with anxiety, like severe anxiety, where I couldn't even leave my house. I hated being left alone. Being inside a store was traumatizing. Like, it would just feel like I was suffocating inside the store. I'm still kind of something like that a little bit when I go shopping, but I've learned to put headphones on. I've learned to like try not to be in a store when it's extremely busy, because I don't like a lot of noise around me. The worst part for me is actually kids. Kids are the worst. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, actually I need to get a little bit of concealer. I'm going to get concealer. I am going to be using my NYX full coverage concealer because I have brown spots on my cheeks. I've tried the red. I really didn't care for it too much, but you know, it is what it is. Let's get a concealer brush, and I'm just going to go in there and just kind of conceal some of this dark spots that I have. I know it doesn't cover it completely. I'm always doing different types of things, but anyway, off subject a little bit. Anyway, so then dealing with anxiety is like something that was just very hard for me for a long period of time. Now I know how to deal with it to some extent, and I have medication for it that I do not take on a daily, FYI. I just take it as needed. My doctor was like, I don't want you to get dependent on it. I want you to learn to focus and try to distract yourself the best way you can. I only want you to take anxiety medication when you are in full-blown mode, in which case that's what I do. If I'm in if I'm in anxiety zone, There we go. Let's just use that word. If I was in that zone and I can't shake it, and I'm just like breaking down, where I'm crying, I'm upset, I am beyond comfort, then I take a pill. The only time I've ever had to take it for longer than a day is the last time I actually had one, and I was 3 days down. I slept for 3 days because the anxiety was just too much for me to deal with. So I literally slept for 3 days because the anxiety medication makes me sleepy. So there we go. But that being said, I've learned to meditate. I've been doing spiritual awareness stuff on myself. I've been just tending to myself and healing myself these days as best as I can, trying to find other ways to deal with my anxiety besides just doping myself up with pills. Not to say that that's not what needs to be done. Don't get it messed up. You know, I feel if you need that medication, take that medication. If you cannot function to the point where you're living your life being afraid like I was, then go for it. If you have to do that, do that. But like I said, I've learned to channel my anxiety in other ways. So, okay, now that we got concealer there, and this is just going to be for coverage for the brown spots I have, I'm going to grab a spatula that I got from eBay. I love eBay. I love shopping on eBay, okay? I have a big thing about shopping on eBay. So if you guys love eBay, thumbs up the video because I love shopping on eBay. I buy things on there hella cheap. I just love shopping cheaply on eBay. It's my thing. And I am also going to use for a foundation brush my It Cosmetics. This is a limited edition foundation brush, so if you're looking for it, you have to buy it at Ulta.com. I don't think they have it on their website because I didn't see it when I was on there, but it might be. Don't quote me that it's not on there, but I do know it's on Ulta, and I used I bought mine there, just so you know. Okay, so I like to pat my foundation in. I don't like to swirl because I don't like to get swirl marks. It's just me, and I just love to do it like this. So I'm just going to go in and do that and pat my foundation in. It's just like using a beauty blender in my mind. And again, I just get the spatula with a little bit of the foundation, and I'm just going to, now because I'm in my 40s, pushing my 50s, a girl doesn't do certain things anymore with her makeup. So things have changed on how to apply makeup. I don't really anymore set my forehead with powder because I got lines, y'all. I got some craters going on my forehead, and putting dry powder on my forehead only emphasizes those lines even more. So I don't apply anything on there anymore. But what I do is lightly dust my face these days. Because like I said, I just cannot deal with being 40 something years old. I don't know, my skin's just taken like some huge changes over the years. I always had oily skin, and now all of a sudden I find myself, my skin kind of sort of being textured where I didn't have texture before. I kind of sort of found my skin to be dry. I have dry spots that I never had before. So an old lady now has to reevaluate how she applies makeup. You know, it's just one of those things. And I'm just going to go over my brow area. And again, I'm just going to pat all this in. And I'm not putting concealer under my eyes yet because I'm not even at that level. And I just pat my foundation. You know what? And I find that this is a lot less aggressive than smearing things all over your face. As we get older, the more you do things to your face, especially when it comes to makeup, you know, when you're young and you know, and have that elasticity, it's all good. You can scrub the life out of your face and totally shift things around. But as we get older, that's not the case. Our face starts to turn into that stretch, that elasticity doesn't bounce back as it used to. So try being kinder to your face. Like, really, ladies, I've seen some girls that be doing makeup and I'm like, oh my god, you're making my face hurt. Oh, okay. No, really though. I have seen girls put tape underneath their eyes, and I'm like, and then they're ripping it off, and I'm like, ooh, honey, that's some dangerous things for some girls. I mean, I already know I'm gonna get crow's feet. It's happening already, you know, and I'm accepting that as an older woman, you know. But at the same time, I mean, come on, let's not create more damage to ourselves than what's necessary, as far as I see it. Okay, we're gonna smear on over my chins, just a little bit. And I know this looks like it's a lot of foundation, but it really isn't, because I am just smearing it. And I'm not even using like all the foundation that's in there. I just throw in a concoction of 3 or 4 foundations in there, because I have a hard time finding a foundation right now that is good on my skin. Like I said, I'm not dry, I'm not oily, I'm not, I don't know if you want to call me combination or not, but that could be what I am. And then I'm down here a little bit, I'll do a little swirlies, maybe a little bit sometimes, just to cover up some of the, I have scarring, and that's the part that I hate. Okay, and then that's there, and again I'm going to go over that, and I'm going to come back in here a little bit more, just to cover up some of the dark spots I have that I hate. I didn't conceal those with concealer, because sometimes when I do that, they emphasize more than to put more on top of that. So, and then I'm just going to come over here on the sides and just, okay, there you go. And I always get a hella lines in here. Alright, and there. This is how I've been doing my foundation lately. Trying to just keep it very, mostly the heaviness is going to be around my cheeks, because like I said, I have those dark spots I'm trying to cover all the time. So alright, so then that foundation part of it is done. So there we go. I'm just going to put this over here. I'll clean that up later. And my foundation book that I just washed. Okay, next we're going to do some light setting. Because let me see if this foundation needs it. We have a little bit of tackiness going through with the foundation. But again, I'm going to leave my forehead alone. I'm not going to set it. If I do, it's going to be very lightly. And we are going to go in with the Ace Beauty eyeshadow palette. While my makeup sets a little bit more, I'm going to go in with that, with this concealer back. And we're going to get the brushes that we used. Let's see. No, we're going to get another one. We're going to get a little pencil brush up in here. So that way, we're going to use this one. I'm going to use that cinnamon color and carry that down to my lash line. Tap off excess. And then, this is always hard for me, FYI. I got to go. I don't think I need to put concealer on. Maybe. Nah, maybe. I don't know. I just been finding that when I put concealer on underneath my eyes, I already have creases. It just emphasizes those creases even more. So I think we're just going to leave it alone. We're not going to put anything in it. So we're just going to get that cinnamon color, and I'm going to put it to my eyelash line, lower lash line, and then I'm just going to slowly grunge that color and carry it quite low and blend it out toward that black. And pa-da! I have been love doing this. I know some people are like, oh, that's a little too extra, but I'm like, hello, I'm extra. And we haven't even got to the extra part yet, because the extra part is when I start to highlight. Ooh, honeys, you all know me when I love to highlight. Okay. Again, lower lash line, and I'm bringing it quite low. I really don't have dark circles. I basically just have wrinkles, and I just kind of add that color to the wrinkle. Make the face. Because my eyes are so small, it's very hard for me to get that line like the way I want it to sometimes, because I get the eyeshadow in my eyes sometimes. It's like, excuse the silence. just going to get a little bit more of that cinnamon. And I'm bringing it out a little bit into the outer corner here. Just to elongate a little bit my eyes. I'm going to blend that into the others here. And there we go. Very grungy. Now, I'm also going to get a little bit of that poppy in the palette. Just a little bit, put a little bit on the edge. Tap out excess and add a little bit of that. Now you have to be careful with like these colors, cranberries, reds. They can be irritating to the eye to some people. I mean, I haven't had any problems so far yet. Alright. Alright. Cool. Cool. Alright. There we go. Very raccoony, huh? Alright, that being there. Oh, but we're going to use that gold color for the inner eye. What am I doing? What am I trying to do? Okay, so now I'm going to get a very small little brush. I like to use a little bit of like one of these kind of brushes to put that highlight in, like this little brush right here. This is from Sonia Kashuk. Remember her when she was popping on fucking YouTube? I don't think she do nothing on YouTube anymore. I'm going to use that gold because that is super pigmented. And I'm going to pop that in the center. Now, because my eyes are so small, I have to like literally bring that color in, which, you know what? That color looks good, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to be extra. We're going to be extra because, you know, Angel's extra. So, cover FX drops. That's what we going to do. We're going to be a little extra. Read all about it. Okay, I'm going to add a drop of this because this stuff is extreme. We're going to add a little drop to the back of my hand. See that? That's a little drop. And we are going to pop that in there. Dip. And we're going to put that in there. Ooh, honey. And then I'm going to bring a little bit of that into, and I have to move my eye a little bit because it folds a little bit there. And I'm going to bring it a little bit over to the edge and pop it in there. Ooh, honey. Tell me that ain't popping. Popping. We be popping. Yeah, I'm losing my mind, y'all, just in case you didn't know it. Again, I'm going to grab a little dab of that again. And I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. And I am going to dip it into this brush. And just kind of like do this little thing to swirl off any little excess. And it's going to go into that tear duct area. Ooh, honey. Okay. And I'm going to move my, because like I said, I have a little fold there. Because a girl ain't got no young eyes no more. And I'm just going to pop that into that inner corner to get that popping more. And I'm going to put a little bit on that top part too. A little bit in that inner corner part. Wow. How can you say beautiful? Okay. Alright. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I'm going to add a little bit more in there. That is just gorgeous. We're going to be gorgeous today. Okay. Fuck it. Excuse me if I drop the F-bomb too much, because apparently I was told not too long ago that I cuss everybody out too much. I'm not even cussing at you guys. I'm basically talking to myself because, you know, ain't nobody up in here. So, it is what it is. I hear somebody screaming on the TV over here. I have no idea what it is. That's what happens when you're... I have the TV on in the background, but I'm not even watching it. And I'm just going to pop that in that inner corner. Again, I'm going to pop that in there. Oh my goodness. I can't help myself. I just gotta... I can't. Just can't with this. Oh! Okay. Because you know a girl gonna go mad crazy here. As you can see, that is mad popping. Mad. Alright, so now that being done there, we are going to take a little bit of, I don't know, I feel like this color does not just, as creamy as it is, it's just not giving me the shade that I want for that top part of my brow. So we're going to go with a little bit of my Juvia's Place right here. Yes, we are. Because you know what? I love this palette. This was gifted to me as a gift for my birthday this year. And these shades are popping. And one of my favorite colors for highlight brow bone is this one. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous children. You have to understand. Again, we're going to get a little flat brush. I'm going to dip my brush into that. And these are super buttery, FYI. And I'm just going to pop that into there. And then I'm going to bring it across. Just bring it across. Woo. Cannot. How could you not? Oh, I gotta be extra today. Always. Always extra. Gotta love being extra. If you're not extra, you're boring. I'm sorry. You just really are. I don't know. Everybody's not into like dramatic looks and all that. That's fine. Okay. Wow. Woo. Tell me that ain't popping. That is it. Okay. So then we're done with that. Now let's try to figure out what we're gonna do with. Let's put this over here. With the cheeks and stuff. We are going to grab, I've been grabbing and gravitating towards my NYX bronzer with a little hula girl on it. And I'm going to pop that into my cheeks. And then I love Laura Geller blushes. So we're going to use a little bit of Laura Geller. Okay, so we're going to need a contour brush. I love these kind of brushes that I have like a little angle. Make it easy for contouring, they really do. I always concentrate most of the color on the butt end of this, see? Because it goes at an angle, so I always concentrate the most of the color at the butt end, and then I tap off a little bit of the excess so they don't go mad crazy. And I go slightly above my cheekbone. So make fishy face, fishy lips. And drop that color there, and then I pull it all the way up into my hairline. Yes, this is what I do to get somewhat as if I have cheekbones. I have big cheekbones, but you know, it is what it is. A girl eat and she fat. Again, I might went a little heavy on this one time. I'm such a blush, or just saying. I love bronzers and highlights and blushes, and I love them, and I go heavy handed, so you don't have to go as heavy as I do. I really wouldn't recommend it. This has like a little bit of a sheen to it, just so you know. If you have this, it does have a sheen to it, but that's okay. I don't mind it. And again, I'm just gonna buff those edges with the tips of this brush because there's no product really on that. All the color's gonna be at the butt end of it, as you can see. And you're just going to buff those edges out. There we go. That's it. Dust off the edge. This is how come my makeup room is always so dusty. Because I literally do that everywhere. Okay, so that's done. Put that in there. Now we're going to grab a blush brush. And I have been, where's my blush brush? I have been living with the H1. Super cute. Again, it's from that set that I was telling you about, the marble set. I might have to end up purchasing another set of these because I really love these brushes. Super soft, super good. There's a variety pack in there, and I just swirl. I'm telling you, I am a massive blusher, and I have no problem putting on blush like a hooker. Like if it's 4th of July, and I just load that brush up. Tap a little bit off, but I love to put lots of blush on. And I swirl, swirl, swirl. And see, this is why I really am not setting my face anymore with powder, because I've noticed when I do, it gravitates into my lines and it's not looking cute anymore. So it's just easier. And as you can see, I just blush in circular motions, and I'm going mad crazy with the blush because that's what I do. And I carry my blush all the way into my cheekbone. Same thing here. All the way. And we're still not done with the eyes, just so you know. We still have to put liner on and lashes, and then we're done. But I'm going to put all that powder on that I have to, which is just the makeup. I find that this method is working great for me, not setting my face. But again, I'm using a combination of matte formula and moisturizing formula foundations. as a combination. So it gives my skin the moisture and the matte-ness that I need, but without giving me all the issues that I usually have with the powder setting into my fine lines. Okay, so we are looking for a highlight. Let's get a highlight going on here. Where's my highlight brush? We'll just use one of these. We'll use this one. This is, again, Sedona Lace, and this is I think this is, I don't know, remember. Don't know. Not that fancy of a YouTuber that I go and name on my brushes. We are going to use, should we use this one? What should we use? I kind of want to use a little bit of those drops. I think we'll use some of the drops because I have some drops still on my hand. Let's see. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to dab a little bit. A little bit. Like this, like this, like this. Just like that. Again, I'm going to do that over here. And I'm just doing dabbing motions here, just so you know, I'm not full blown. And this is glittery, and it's FYI if you want to know. But I don't mind that. And I'm just going to do this here down the center of my nose. Again, yeah. Just to give my lip. Gotta get that there. Yeah. Oh. Oh, there we go. A little bit. A little bit of something, something. Okay. And then we're going to go with which highlighter? Highlighter. I cannot even choose. Okay, you know what? Oh, because I'm lazy. We are going to use the Milani one. And this is this Milani in, what is this? Day Glow. Only because I'm lazy and have to, like, I have to go up there to pick one. I have to go and look all in there. I'm going to try to do all that right now. And I'm going to do some massive swirlage because, you know, your girl likes to go cray-cray because she wants to be seen all the way. So when you go into space and shit, you will find me. If somebody ever kidnaps me, you should be able to find me with this. I'm telling you that. They'll be like, oh my goodness, where's Angel? Oh, there she is. Look, just follow the glow. Just follow the glow. That's what I try. That's my goal. That is my goal in life. And go down there. Slightly here. Just a tad, just a tad, just a tad. That's a tad. That's a tad, y'all. That's a tad. Okay, and just lightly do that. And if you feel that this is just too much for you, you don't have to do this, you know. It's not, again, this is not your look. That's okay, because it's not your look. It's mine. And then I kind of go slightly up in here, slightly up in here. Just a little, just a little. Okay. And then just to make things be really, really flawless, I use I forgot what they came. I always forget what these are called. What are these called? A dual fiber brush. There we go. And just to take off and buff off any extra lines that I feel are harsh, dust that in. And as you can see, it just kind of does a really good job at just diffusing any lines, but not really disturbing your mad creation. And just buff that in. I need to get me another one. I've been eyeballing one at CVS from the company MUA, I think it is. They have this one dual fiber brush that I'm like, I really want you. I really do. But you're $16 and that just says you're too much for me. Okay. Alright. There. Okay. That being done. Now we're going to put a little bit of eyeliner on. I'm going to use Corrupt from Urban Decay. I would use the eyeliner that came with it, but I don't really feel like adding more sparkle to the eye. So we're just going to do this. Let me do that. There we go. Alright. Then there we go. Now we are going to pop off this look with some eyelashes, and the next time you guys see me, I will have a photo up on Instagram, and I will leave all the information down below for you guys, and then you can see the rest of my look. I hope you guys enjoyed this little makeup tutorial, even though you guys were not here to watch me. It's okay. I'm not butthurt about it. I really am not. I never do these videos for anybody to watch, really. If you watch, you watch. You don't, you don't. But I do show them off. I do advertise them on Instagram, my Facebook, and on my Snapchat. So if you're interested in watching the video and you didn't watch it now, you can watch it later at your leisure. Again, this is just the video that I just popped off because I wanted you to see how I do my makeup. Because I'm always getting requests on that part of how I do my makeup. So now you guys have a sneak peek into my world on how I do my makeup. I'm going to do some lashes, and then I'll be taking photos, and then I'll have a lip and lashes done. And you'll see all those photos on Instagram and on Snapchat. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!